Welcome SAO survivors! This week, Sword Online Volume 25 Unital Ring 4 English release date confirmed by Yen Press, an interview about SAO, VR and full dive with the Oculus Rift creator Palmer Luckey, and a lot of smaller news like my belated Alicization Lycoris free DLC review, Integral Factor 4th anniversary, and a lot of official merch. Welcome to This Week in SAO for all your weekly SAO news. On the new day of the show, coming out on Saturdays from here onwards, our first big news is Yen Press's reveal of Sword Online Volume 25 Unital Ring 4's release date. Mark your calendars for August 23, as we are now only a single volume behind the Japanese release. If we assume the Japanese side will get volume 27 in December or something along those lines, the English translations have practically caught up at this point. But the bad news that accompanies such a great one is that from here onwards, we're basically going to slowly shift over to a much slower release schedule, as all of Riki Kawara's SAO projects more or less get one volume a year. That's one each for the main series and progressive. There are of course exceptions like Floor 7 Story, Rhapsody of the Crimson Heat, but that was basically a single story separated into two volumes. Anyways, without derailing too much, Yen Press and Stephen Paul have been doing an incredible job almost catching up to the official release, although since the August 23 is the initial date that they revealed, keep your eyes on the official Yen Press website, as these initial dates have a tendency to get delays ranging from a week to a month. What likely won't get delays at this point is volume 24 coming out on April 19. As always, I'll be updating you if any schedule changes happen, so make sure to subscribe and hit the bell icon to not miss any of that. And considering the shortages, I'm still waiting on 86 light novels to be back in stock on Book Depository. You may want to reserve yours early via pre-orders. Amazon and Book Depository links are in the description. I personally recommend Book Depository for pre-orders, as I had incredibly unfortunate incidents with Amazon half a dozen times for those early purchases. In other release news, this time we're going straight to Japan. Sword Online Progressive Canon of the Golden Rule manga adaptation by Mugetsu continues its free Twitter releases. The chapter begins with the heated bath scene that continues to put Kirito in severe danger and ends with a very cute Pinky Promise scene at the end. Enjoy the happy moments while they last. As you probably know, X-Chronicle event has been going on since a week and a half now, and Sony has published a special interview featuring the X-Chronicle producer Tsuneyuki Matsudaira and the Oculus VR producer Palmer Luckey. If you are interested about the future of VR or full dive, I know a lot of you are, give it a watch. It's quite a down-to-earth interview about how this tech may become a reality in the future and what the difference is between real and virtual. The Japanese event a couple months ago also had a similar interview, but with Japanese guests of course, including the SAO games producer Yosuke Futami, but sadly, I don't think it was ever translated. I'll still put the links in the description if you're interested in checking them all out. No news on Alicization Lycoris obviously. We just had the free update featuring Asuna, Ronya, Leafa and Lisbeth Ancient Apostle stories, Rain and Seven's introductions in the Arcane Arsenal questline, the addition of Supreme Raids and more. But if you're interested, I have a short review on the content drop as usual, although I have to warn you, my impressions of this one, it was not particularly positive. Integral Factor, on the other hand, has an immense amount of content with its 4th global anniversary. There's currently a mod step-up order, and along that, a special 11 times pool every day, totaling up to 330 pools. But the free pools are not just for skills. If you fancy some cosmetics, there's up to 110 free pools for avatar items, 11 times each day. The Witch's Manor Guild Strategy event is live, the 4 times Character Quest XP campaign is live if you're in it for some leveling, Daily Dungeons Plus 2 makes a return with additional daily entries to the daily dungeons, new rewards have been added to the Great Proficiency Items event, there's an Agil Birthday Dungeon active with plenty of rewards, brand new order titled Rescue Girls Order featuring a very cute Koharu and a determined Leafa. If you're looking for dagger skills, there's a guaranteed dagger order up as well. That's a lot of things in one go, but in addition to that, Bandai Namco and the Integral Factor team is looking to hear back from you. There's currently a survey for you to share your thoughts on the game so that they can improve the game however you want. So make sure to check the notice board and tell them how you feel. On the Unleashed Blading side, there is basically nothing new compared to last week, as we had, covered all of this in the last week's news drop anyways. Just a brief reminder though, new season is here with new season pass and new rewards. There's a new Ordinal Battle season as well for a refreshed set of rewards. There's the new Edith banner matching the new ranking event for the remaining whales that are still playing the game. And don't forget about the free 11 times weekend scouts and login bonuses in general. On the merch corner, we have a lot of stuff, so we'll do this in quick fire mode as well. There's a set of progressive merch by Cospa. They even replied to our tweet on the Wikia sharing their stuff. So Cospa, I just wanted to say we would love to share your stuff on videos and live streams too, you know, just feel free to send some my way, thank you. Aside from Cospa's merch, Anime Japan hoodies have been revealed. They will be sold to ticket holders only at the moment. Seasonal Plants has some keychains and acrylic stands, while Aria capsule rubber Q set has also been shared on Twitter. Speaking of merch, with so many beautiful stuff on display, I'm just gonna go ahead and plug my channel merch in there too. Remember, patrons and channel members have access to a special discount code in the exclusive Discord channel pins. Moving on to figures specifically, we got a lovely progressive Asuna figure coming, available for pre-order from Aniplex Plus in Japan. However, you will have to wait a long time as the release date is March 2023. Progressive Kirito by Furyu is scheduled for the first week of March, which is very soon compared to that, and a noodle stopper Yuuki by Furyu as well, scheduled for the third week of March 2022. Weekly Arts Corner, starting with this Chibi Leafa by the Sword Art Online Girls Ops mangaka Neko. Next up, a very clean Titania Asuna by the Chinese artist Hui Tong. Yuuki 110523 blessed us with a mesmerizing Kono Yuuki illustration, and sticking to illustrations by a Yuuki, Heso SAO Yuuki has given us the 3 goddesses of Underworld in plain white outfits. And last but not least, Mochi2_pon has shared this incredible cute Neko, Kirito and Asuna. All in all, a truly blessed week in terms of art, and you can find all the artists via their respective links in the description. As for the weekly translation corner, at Dreadful Decoding we brought you SAO Progressive Scherzo of Deep Night Manga Adaptation Chapter 9, a massive chapter revolving around the importance of the prized guild flag that is the reward for floor 5 boss last attack bonus that ALS is aiming to snatch secretly despite their agreements with the DKB. We hope you have a great read. As always, all the relevant links are in the description where available or needed, so if you have questions where a certain merch release, artist illustration, the previews and translations, book releases are from, just have a look down there in the list. Don't be shy checking out channel merch as well for a variety of SAO related stuff, including the first day key visual poster. That's the end of this week in SAO. Don't forget to like if you enjoyed this week's episode and subscribe for more. I'll see you next week. Until then, stay cool.